Welcome back to Caravan, Wanderer. I hear dark tidings from the Sand Sea. Xerxes rallies his armies for war. We must be ready when he comes. What news from Agrabah? They will join us in fighting the Overlord? This is a tremendous relief. Ah, but the Sultana says this is not enough. And then she is indeed wiser than was the King of Thieves. I agree with her assessment. Yes, of course. Do as the Sultana suggests. An alliance with the House Cats will be our best chance to withstand the Overlord's onslaught. You will find the Agouti Rift south of here in the Caterwaul Canyons. The sands have settled and the way is clear. Winds be with you, Wanderer.
Oh, thank the stars! Master, I hope you'll forgive me. I think I made an itsy-bitsy boo-boo. Everyone's mad at me, even the House Genie. You see, it's kind of awkward. The Lord of House Tabbi passed away without an heir, and there's a catfight over who gets the lordship. The Lord's cousin, Count Crowl, has seized control of Tabbi Manor to assert his claim, but he was not very friendly when I talked to him. House Purrzian is House Tabbi's vassal, and they've attacked the manor asserting their own claim. So I had an idea that we would support them. But then I remembered they're the ones who resurrected Xerxes, so that's not good for us. I went back to Count Crowl, but now he's really angry. So, I need to teleport back in and try to convince Count Crowl to meet with you. Meantime, try to convince the gate guard to let you in.
Stay back, stranger. It may not be obvious to you, but Tabbi Manor is under siege. Until House Purrzian retreats, we're admitting no visitors. You're with the genie from Agrabah? All the more reason not to trust you. I heard she was supporting House Purrzian's claim. Oh, so now she's changed her mind. And I'm to believe you? Look, you want in? Defeat some House Purrzian assailants. Then we can talk. You certainly seem to know your way around a duel circle. I'm impressed. And I suppose it's clear you have no loyalty to House Purrzian. It seems your genie friend has also convinced Count Crowl of her change of heart. The Count sent word that you're cleared for entry. You'll find the Count and the Djinn inside the Manor's Great Hall. I hope you're able to help settle the Count's claim to the lordship.
Ah, so this is the negotiator you've been telling us about, Istar. I was expecting a powerful, intimidating wizard, but this one, not so much.
I can assure you, from personal experience, Count Crowl, my master is very wise and strong, and in my opinion, has terrific fashion sense.
Oh, well, such is fitting for an ambassador to House Tabbi. I still remember a time when this manor saw a veritable parade of kings and queens.
Oh, thank you, Murdoch, for the trip down memory lane. Now, wizard, as to your agenda, unfortunately, we have little room to negotiate. House Tabbi doesn't dirty its paws with the affairs of the desert dwellers. We are quite safe and happy here in the Agouti Rift.
Oh, yes, and with this claim unsettled, the Count hasn't the authority. I go now to ask why the Bene Gesserit refused to officially ordain him.
Oh, we can help with that. Like I said, my master is a terrific negotiator. We'll get this resolved in a jiffy. Come on, master. Let's go along. Oh dear, I'm not so sure about this, master. I hear the Reverend Mother is not so nice either, but I couldn't think of anything else. Maybe if we convince her to approve the Count's claim, he'll owe us. And then maybe... Oh, I don't know, master. I'll just be quiet.
As I was just reminding Murdoch, you're all wasting your time. I will never approve Count Crowell's claim to the lordship of Tabbi Manor. You must understand, we sisters of the Bene Gesserit are the keepers of the breed. We've overseen the lineage of House Tabbi for centuries. Count Crowl may be the highest-ranking contender for the lordship, but genetically he is not the proper heir. That would be Paul Atreides. Paul is of pure bloodlines, and we have tested him for this role since he was a kitten. Even now, he faces his final trials in the desert. If you truly wish to expedite the ordination, then go to the Eastern Dunes and assist him. Then the succession can be conducted properly.
All right, I guess. Murdak, you're the house genie. Does this sound right to you?
Oh, yes, I suppose. Now that I think about it, the Bene Gesserit do traditionally decide such matters. This might be the proper thing.
All right, fine. Master, you should seek out this Paul Atreides in the Eastern Dunes. I'll stay here and try to keep everyone focused.
The eastern dunes stretch out to a distant horizon, unremarkable, but for a deep, quiet, droning sound and the hint of spice on the wind. Among the dunes you spot a lone fellow traveler, a cat in regal attire. This must be Paul Atreides.
Greetings, Wayfarer. I can't imagine what dire cause drives you to this desolate place, unless, like myself, your destiny enjoys a cruel twist. Ah, so you were sent. Thus the illusion of serendipity was arranged by the Reverend Mother, just as everything else I've known. Forgive me if I seem ungrateful. Your help is appreciated as much as it is needed. What irks me is just the deliberateness of it all. And yes, I know, the Lord's passing necessitates my return, but Bene Gesserit law demands I first pass the trial of the sandworms. In truth, the trial is more monotonous than difficult. I've gathered 10 dozen wormling scales. If you will get a few more, it will be done. Thank you. I would have sooner pulled out my whiskers than defeated another wormling, but the Bene Gesserit laws are now satisfied. Things were once different, you know. In ancient times, cat heroes defeated the great worms to prove themselves, but those days are long gone. The Bene Gesserit decreed that the great worms were sacred and started this tradition to collect wormling scales instead. Nowadays, the great worm melange has free reign here. Indeed, we avoid these dunes for fear of the monster. It's embarrassing, really. Perhaps, yes. The Bene Gesserit would never sanction it, but I would like to prove myself in the ancient way. I would defeat melange. Indeed. Before I return to accept the lordship, I must do this with your help. Venture into the cavern of the worm with me. Come, this way. I hope you can forgive me for drafting you into this effort, but I believe this is the true path to proving my worthiness. And I need help. My genes and a pile of wormling scales may have satisfied the Bene Gesserit, but how would I know if I truly merit the mantle of leadership? No, let us navigate this labyrinth and confront the great worm, who still terrorizes these lands. If we fall, then such is my fate. If the legends are to be believed, the great worm Melange has inhabited these caverns for centuries. She is as smart as she is dangerous.
I wonder if that's what this strange inscription says. If only I had time to study it. But such is the burden of my destiny. Let's go.
This is the great worm's lair. Smart as she may be, ancient stories say Melange cannot resist a specific series of sonic vibrations. Some combination of using these sand thumpers will summon her. The trick is just figuring out what order in which to activate them. I banish you, worm, from these sands and canyons. Into the wastes you go, where no life persists. There rumble away the remainder of your days. All right, I must confess, I am feeling quite worthy now. I will return to Tabbi Manor and assert my claim. Meet me there.
Ah, so the traitor returns. Wizard, I am disappointed. Instead of helping settle my claim, you bring someone back to challenge it. If there was ever a chance of me agreeing to an alliance with Agrabah, there isn't any more. Your treachery has accomplished that much. And as to you, young Atreides, did you honestly expect to walk in from the desert and be handed the lordship like some kind of treat?
I have the right by blood, Crowl. I passed the Bene Gesserit's trials, and I finally rid us of the great worm Melange.
He speaks truly. Despite his defiance in attacking Melange, the Reverend Mother supports Atreides' claim. It is your duty to step aside, Count.
I will do no such thing. You sisters can say Atreides has the better breeding, but Murdak, correct me if I'm wrong, Mustn't they show proof?
What? Oh, yes, I believe that is true, yes. To settle such matters, we've always consulted the House Chronoshard.
Which has always been held in good faith by our vassal, and with House Purrzian in open rebellion. I fear we are at an impasse.
I think not. The wizard and I can swiftly remedy the situation. We will go to the vassal manse and retrieve the House Chronoshard by force.
See, I told you our campaign to take the manor would succeed. The Tabbis are arriving even now to switch with us and move into the manse.
Are you daft, Spitamenes? Do you see any luggage? Don't you think we'd be forewarned? I don't think that's why the Tabbi is here.
No, we are here for our House Chronoshard. Hand it over, and we will leave peacefully.
You will leave, but it won't be peacefully. Spitamenes and I will remind you of why Purrzians will always be superior to Tabbis.
I'll never understand how the Purrzians maintain this delusion of grandeur. Yes, they once ruled Mirage, but it's been centuries. The genie Istar told me of their dangerous scheme to resurrect Xerxes and the trouble that's caused. It's disappointing, as is this mess.
Meow! How dare you interrupt my grooming appointment? I was about to get my nails trimmed and my ears cleaned out. You'll pay for this, guards!
Yet more evidence to support my theory that all Purrzian cats are narcissists. Who knows, though? Perhaps the Duke will prove an exception.
Oh, is someone finally here with my bowl of warm milk? Wait, what's a Tabbi doing in here? Scat, you! Fine, I'll dirty my claws if I must. Hold, I relent! But it doesn't invalidate our claim. House Purrzian remains the rightful ruler of all Mirage. We've never conceded otherwise. I am not oblivious to the realities, however, and I am open to temporary compromise, but we must talk outside the manse. Come! As you might imagine, I can speak far more freely outside the earshot of my fellow Purrzians. Have to keep up a hardline appearance, of course. Wait, this isn't even about our claim to the lordship and our bid to take the manor? Fine, then I won't bother to recall my assailants.
That's fine. Right now, we have simply come to collect our House Chronoshard.
Oh, you want your Chronoshard, Tabbi? Must I remind you that the Agudi Chronoshard is shared between our houses? It's as much ours as it is yours. Yes, I am aware it's my duty to share it, but, well, no one's needed it for decades. We left it in the ruins of our ancestral home.
In the buried gardens? You must be joking!
We Purrzians never joke, Tabbi. It's beneath us. The Chronoshard is indeed in the buried gardens, along with a squad of Xerxes dervishes. I suppose you've heard about our miscalculation in resurrecting the traitor Xerxes. He sent his men here to collect Purrzian antiquities. They demanded exclusive access to the buried gardens, but I owe them nothing. You'll have to fight them, but you won't hear me crying. Go on.
What's this? Did that prissy Duke Darius dare to betray us? I knew it! The modern House Purrzian is an embarrassment to our legacy. Let us destroy the Duke and every other living member of House Purrzian. They've brought it upon themselves. First, though, these interlopers.
I wonder why Overlord Xerxes would send his dervishes here. Surely it's not the Chronoshard. It has no value to anyone outside the rift. The Chronoshard is just a collection of sand grains, crystallized moments in the history of Mirage, specifically those related to our house. It'll show whether my claim or Crowl's is stronger, but that's all. Maybe there's something else down here of value. I wonder. Let's go.
What now? Treasure hunters seeking to loot this place? Poor wretches. These antiquities belong to Overlord Xerxes now, in his brilliance. Few realize the key to controlling the world is first to control its history. It's how we conquered Mirage before, and how we'll do so again. Of course, we must destroy all who stand against us, both on the battlefield and off. I think we'll make an example of you. Yes.
I must confess, hearing the Overlord's strategy, I am both impressed and horrified. It's very smart, diabolical even.
Hello. I know Cosro didn't let you waltz in here, so you must have defeated him. Ah, you're the wizard the Overlord warned us about. Yes, I believe he has special plans for you. And what are you doing here? The Chrono Shard? That old thing? Why? It's worthless. I would simply give it to you, but my orders are to bring back everything to the Overlord. In fact, perhaps I'll bring you back as well.
It's clear the threat posed by Overlord Xerxes is all too real. House Tabbi certainly has an interest in joining this alliance of yours, wizard. First, however, we must settle the question of succession. Let's get the Chrono Shard and return to the manor.
See, they've returned, just as the Reverend Mother assured us. Place the Chrono Shard on the stand, and then let us discuss what we must do next. Well done. This will undoubtedly silence those who still have doubts about Atreides' qualifications. Now that the Agouti Chrono Shard is secured, we need a chronomancer to come and perform the analysis to determine whose claim is stronger. The genie Istar has volunteered herself and the wizard to visit the Chronoverge and make the official request to the Chronomaster.
I should make the journey as well. The wizard has already given so much time and talent to this matter. It's only proper we contribute too.
No, Paul Atreides, the Reverend Mother requests your presence. You must visit the monastery to officially conclude your trials.
Oh, all right. I must visit the monastery to officially conclude my trials. Wizard, Istar, I wish you Godspeed.
Yes, be quick. The Chronoverge lies north of Caravan in the Rugal Wastes. The sands have settled and the way's clear. Go.
Once again, and to an even greater extent than before, the dunes stretch out endlessly, baking beneath the desert sun. To the west, you can make out a swirling cloud of sand, pouring through a mass of suspended rock to the desert floor, the Chronoverge.
Oh, look, Master! There it is! The Bene Gesserit sisters said the portal would be flashy, and it sure is! That's how we get to the Chronoverge.
You step out of the portal to find yourself on a ledge, protruding from the suspended stone you saw from the wastes. Overhead, the sands of time slowly swirl downward to be funneled through the Chronoverge and onto the desert floor. Inside, you should be able to find the Chronomaster and deliver the request from House Tabbi.
Welcome. It is not often we get visitors here. Wait, you must be the wizard Tyrell mentioned. The one who dueled Xerxes in his own tomb. That was a disappointing business. Tyrell not only betrayed his vows, but also put the fate of all Mirage in jeopardy. But I sense that's not the cause of your visit. Not specifically. Why then? A message from House Tabbi? A request to read their Chronoshard. Yes, the Chronomancers are sworn to serve the house cats in such matters, but as you might imagine, the timing couldn't be worse. I would send Chronomancer Tyrell, but he's still performing penance for the violation of his vows. No, I will simply have to come myself. I have very little time to spare, however, so let's get this over with quickly. I will depart right away and meet you back at Tabbi Manor.
Perfect timing, wizard. I would have been uncomfortable proceeding without you present. The Chronomaster is about to reveal his findings. Before we do this, let me say, though it may not please the Reverend Mother, I promise to abide by the Chronomaster's ruling in this matter.
Paul Atreides, do not be so hasty to renounce your claim. The Bene Gesserit will ordain no one else.
Pardon me for interrupting, but this is unnecessary. Politics only hinders progress. I've studied the Chronoshard and my finding is clear. Per the house history, Atreides' claim is stronger. He is the proper lord. Now, before I go, I must say, I have concerns about the Chronoshard.
Tra! And I expect you would take it to the Chronoverge for safekeeping? No! It belongs here, for now. Don't worry, I will look after it.
Very well, then. I'll take your word for it, Murdak. And I'd ask you all to excuse me. I have pressing matters to attend to at the Chronoverge.
I don't care what that stupid Chronoshard says. I will not step aside. I am the Lord of House Tabbi. As such, I'll be in the Lord's retreat.
The Count has transgressed. For this, he must be brought to heel and then exiled.
Oh, but come now, no need to be cruel. Wizard, go convince the Count to surrender. He can remain in the manor as a house retainer.
I knew it would eventually come to this. I might have helped you, you know. Atreides will only do so if it suits the Bene Gesserit. I realize it would be impossible for me to remain Lord at this point, but I will not compromise. Let us delay the inevitable no further. Stay your hand, wizard. I give. Mark my words, though, you've handed the lordship of House Tabbi to a puppet for the Bene Gesserit. I know not by what magic they control Atreides, but he is oblivious. Watch, when we return, the Reverend Mother will decide my fate, you'll see.
It is disappointing, unfortunate even, that you felt compelled to fight this to the finish, Count Crow. It could have ended peacefully. Despite your stubbornness, your loyalty to House Tabbi is doubtless. I think clemency is in order, allowing you to remain a house retainer.
But this decision belongs to our new lord, doesn't it? Paul Atreides. I believe exile is the proper punishment, don't you?
Yes, Reverend Mother, exile is the proper punishment. Count Caterwaul, you are hereby banished from the Agouti Rift. You may never return.
If this is the way things are going to be, then I welcome such punishment. Goodbye to you all. You will not see me again.
With that ugly business behind us, I can say that everything has concluded just as it should. I must return to the monastery. Good day.
That was strange. Such great sympathy I felt for the Count, but act on it I could not. I think I should rest. Yes, I'll see you all later.
Well, I hate to say it, but the Count was right. The Reverend Mother can clearly control Paul when she wants. Master, we have to do something.
Yes, that did seem strange. And the Bene Gesserit are known to employ such magics. You should go and discuss this with the Reverend Mother. Yes.
The Reverend Mother forewarned us that you might seek entry into the monastery without invitation. Your transgression must be punished.
Talk about a transgression. I can't believe all the sisters have to wear the same drab blue robes. I almost feel sorry for them. And you really think they're all sisters? That would be one big litter, Either way, we're here for the Mother. Lead the way, Master.
Your assistance in securing the lordship for Atreides was much appreciated, Wizard, but we need your help no longer, and you are not welcome. The Reverend Mother sent me to formally inform you of this fact and forcibly remove you from the premises. You will not get by me.
I never liked her. When you were gone with Paul, she was gossiping in the manor. I usually enjoy a little gossip, but not like that. Reverend Mother this, Reverend Mother that, so repetitive. I think she was afraid of her, to be honest. I am too. Master, you can go first.
Ah, it seems Sister Irulan failed in her duties. She will have to atone for that. There will be no atonement for your transgressions, however. I was worried you might catch on to the enchantment placed on Paul. The Bene Gesserit are destined to govern House Tabbi, and this is our way. Unfortunately for you, it must remain a secret for now, which means you know too much. Come, Wizard. I will try to make this quick and painless. Stand down, outsider. You've made your point. I will relinquish my control over Paul Atreides. This will remove the enchantment that bound him. We must simply trust that henceforth good breeding will ensure Atreides makes wise decisions. There, it is done. Return to the manor and you will find he is now free of my influence. I just hope we never come to regret this.
There you are! I was worried you'd left. I feel better now. I think this is the dawn of a new day, and perhaps even a new era for House Tabbi. Wizard, House Tabbi owes you a debt we can scarcely repay, and you have certainly earned our commitment to join the alliance against Xerxes.
Indeed, this Agrabah alliance seems a very wise move. Ishtar convinced me of that. She deserves acknowledgement too. Such a smart young Ginny.
Why, thank you, Murdoch. That is very sweet of you to say. Agrabah Alliance. I like the sound of that. Speaking of the Alliance, Master, you and I have more allies to visit. House Calixco is next. I'll go ahead to the Ruble Wastes. See you there!
House Calixco? Can't say I envy you paying a visit there. Of all the house cats, the Calixco are... Well, you'll see. Good luck, wizard.